What's up, guys? CD here. Okay, today we're gonna do a new kind of video. Today we're gonna talk about the future meta, future units that are gonna be good, that you should invest on. Okay, so basically, guys, because at the rate that Brown Dust is releasing new batches of units every 2 weeks right now, it's really fast. So you have to select the units that you really want to use. Okay, that are really good and are worth putting your skill books in. Because at the rate we're going, there's no way that you guys in Global and Europe will have enough skill books to be able to skill up the units quickly enough. Alright? So you have to choose wisely. If you watch my other videos, I actually talked a little bit about this, but today's going to be a little bit more, and the video is going to be long. So you have to expect it by now. Alright, it's out of character for me to have a short video. Okay? Um, okay, so guys, today we're gonna talk about units that will be coming and units that are already in the game. I think the best way that we start with this would be going about with supports. Alright, I'm gonna show you a picture. Okay, so this is the KR ranking for 6 May, alright, this year. Um, for supports, right? So as you can see, Walya is still number 1, Venaka is number 2, Osmo, Mikaela, Laura, pretty much the usual suspects, right? So I get a lot of questions when I stream. Is Walya really worth scaling up? I'm gonna tell you for sure something that Walya is extremely amazing at. Okay, so when you have a Walya and the Walya is sufficiently skilled up, she's tankier and she will give better buffs. Okay, so the key is for warrior to be effective is when you are attacking. So whenever you attack, warrior is going to take one attack from the enemy for your team. She's going to take one for the team, right? So basically, because you are attacking, she will always be able to cast her taunt. So if you chain your supports and whatever properly, catch the other older videos about chaining and stuff, Warrior will always have the taunt up, so the first DPS from the enemy will always hit her. So in this way, your DPS line is safer, so she will always be useful just for the taunt. Uh, the buffs are really nice. Uh, with good runes, the buffs are even better. Warrior is always going to be good, okay? But future meta, because in the future we're going to have a lot of units that have curse counter and removal of buffs. Supports like Venaka and Mikaela are going to be very sought after because their buffs cannot be removed. Okay? What do I mean by this? If you've never looked at it before, I'm going to show it to you right now. Right? Exceptions, click on it. Cannot be removed with removal skill types. Alright, the same thing goes for Mikaela. I don't have Mikaela in this account, so I'm going to skip that. Okay, so what kind of units do this? What units remove the buffs? Levia is one. Removes already applied stats enhancement skill types. Okay, so there are a number of units that have this skill. Edwin, Mammal. Um, because they have this, having a support that's buffs are never removed is great. Okay, so you need a support that has this. Okay, so in the future, Mikaela and Venaka are used a lot because their buffs cannot be removed. Okay, so these two are probably top tier along with Warrior. Asmod is going to fall off, definitely, because Asmod just doesn't do well with energy shield units, right? So I expect global to have a lot of +10 Mammoniers and Valferns, and Asmod does not do well against these units. Okay? Doesn't do well against Cecilia as well. We're gonna touch on that when we hit the vendors. There was a period of maybe 2-3 weeks where Eindolin, this girl here on number 6, was pretty amazing because she gave +10 Mamo amazing buffs. Alright, it's gonna be a new unit. I don't know when we're gonna get them, but for a period, she is really good. But with the new DPS Taylor, we're gonna talk about that later as well. Her usage will drop, okay, because Taylor is actually tailor-made, right? Catch the pun, to deal with Eidolon buffed Mammoniers, right, at +10. So I expect Mammoniers to be +10 in global and Europe, Valferns to be +10 because numerous videos, not mine only, everyone else, all the YouTubers and stuff and guys, they tell you Mammoniers, Valfern are the best, right? So I expect these units to be +10 in the not so far future. So you need units like Venaka and Mikaela, and Asmod does not do well with these two especially. Asmod is pretty high in Korea because they spam skill books on him really early before changes were made, before they even had +15 units. If you never heard of +15 units, +15 units are units that are +10 with normal skill books and soul gear. And then the other +5 is from helpers, from the new helper system in Korea right now. And these helpers, you cannot use skill books or mileage to get, I think. Right? Mileage, I'm not so sure, but definitely you can't use skill books to get the helpers. So you have to gacha them. So it's mostly a Wales game. You're gonna gacha for these helpers to make the unit +15. So it's gonna be expensive, or if you save a lot of scrolls. I think my guildmate did the calculation. I think it's about 1,000 pulls for 5 helpers for the specific unit. That's mathematically correct, I guess, but you know when it comes to gacha, it's way different, alright? Could be way before 1,000 pulls or way after. It really depends on your luck. Okay, so since this +15 patch in Korea, everything has changed. Alright, units that were not good before have been buffed to insane levels. Alright, mainly Mikaela and Cecilia. Alright, these two units, and Barbara as well. Barbara at +15 is literally the death counter of Cecilia. I don't advise you guys to skill up Barbara, Cecilia, and Mikaela right now, but I'm just telling you they will be good in the future if you can get them to +15, alright? But that's gonna be tough. Okay, because if you use your skill books on these units right now, you're gonna have to wait for that patch to even see the effects of it, right? So you're practically wasting your time right now, so don't do that, okay? Anyways, supports. These are the top 10 most used. They are there for a reason. Look and understand why. Okay, so now mages. Valfern is top in Korea. Probably, yeah, the most used mage. Levia is a close second. Lillian is third. I want to talk about Lillian a little bit more, um, and why she is still worth getting to +3. Because in Guild War, you always want a roadblock, and having roadblocks makes your attack much easier. So Lillian will always be a unit worthy of you getting and skilling up, because a roadblock is amazing for dealing with opponents in Guild War. And of course, Mystic Island pillaging. You guys may think, oh, we have Wilhelmina now. Wilhelmina insta-kills Lillian. Yes, that's true. But in Guild War, you know where the Wilhelmina is. So having a Lilian lets you get more points for your guild, and in a way, if your guild does well, you get more diamonds and ancient coins. So Lilian will always be worth it. Edwin is really good. I don't know why uh, people don't talk about Edwin enough. Edwin is amazing because his charm is a stigma and he has curse counter and removal of buffs. So he's tanky and he has a skill that actually literally owns Eden, Foxy, and Sigmund. Probably most popular DPS units around right now. And if you happen to catch Wilhelmina without debuff immunity, Edwin does it in as well. So, and this charm cannot be removed with attack interference removal. Example would be Vanaka's, right? Vanaka has attack interference removal. Let me close this. Alright, so this does not work. If Edwin has charmed your shit is gonna do his bidding. Alright, even if you have Vanaka buffing. Okay, this does not work. Alright? So Edwin is really good. Celia, I do not suggest anyone get Celia. People have Celia because Grand Deck was a thing in Korea, so they might as well just use her. Right, Heejin is decent to deal with Valja or anything that hits the back or front, and because the burn lasts for a long time and it will trade with these warriors, alright, so it's pretty interesting to use. Natas, another story of him is because he's an old unit and Korea is an old server, people actually skilled up Natas a lot back then, so he is used a lot, okay? The rest, let's not talk so much because it's actually 0%. 0.6% is really not worth mentioning, alright? Okay, defenders, we're getting to the meat of this video. Lucius, as always, is number 1, alright, because he is the best roadblock in the game. Okay, Wilhelmina does nerf him down a little, Foxy as well, but he is still the best roadblock in the game because he does well with Levia, okay, and practically any mage. Any mage that goes on him, he just doesn't die. Okay, so Lucius will always be number 1 for now. Cecilia is number 2 most used. Why? Because she has had amazing buffs in Korea. She has plus 15 in Korea. And mainly because she sucks away the AoE. So with more HP, better skills, I'm not going to go in depth into her skills. If you want, you can catch my stream and maybe I'll talk a bit about it more. But Cecilia is very good as a tank in Korea right now. Okay? Aaron is number 3. Why is Aaron number 3? Because Wilhelmina is number 1. Okay? And Aaron is a straight counter to Wilhelmina. So Aaron is number 3. Alright? Straight counter and unique interactions with Aaron with certain supports make Aaron really strong. Okay? Namely Themis. Themis buffed Aaron or Belial buff Aaron will kill uh, Eden. Alright, Eden normally does not die to Aaron unless it's really early in the fight, first few rounds. Then when he's Eden's normal attack is not high enough to insta kill Aaron before he counters. But most of the time, Eden will kill Aaron and not die. Okay, but because there is Themis, Themis is a unit, alright, so uh, she just makes sure that Eden will die, alright, and Levia will die. Levia actually gets defense up when she casts a spell. So if Themis buffs Aaron and Levia casts the spell, her magic on Aaron, Aaron will kill her. Alright, it will be a trade, but Aaron will kill her. Normally, Aaron will not, but because Themis buff does not enable Levia to get her defense up buff, the damage Levia takes is too much and she will die as well. So it's a good trade. Okay? Especially if it's a Levia plus 10. Mammonia. Mammonia usage is going up because of the recent buff, probably a month or two ago. She wasn't that strong before, but now she is, so her use rates are increasing, and her skills are amazing. She's really tanky, and she hurts when she hits. Curse counter, null buffs, remove buffs, debuff immunity, very strong, okay? And at plus 10, she's a monster. So if you are planning to play the game for a long time, you have to plan a way to kill Mammonia plus 10s. Alright, so plus 10 Mammonias, you have to have a way to kill a Mammo plus 10. Otherwise, it's an insta win for the Mammo plus 10 user. Alright, ways to kill Mammo plus 10. Off the top of my head, Levia plus 10, Eden. In the future, Taylor. Either that or your DPS have to hit her in quick succession and remove the energy shield in time. Okay? She's gonna be very hard to deal with. So you have to have a game plan to get rid of her. Alright? Number 5 is Rudia. Rudia is the new defender in Korea. Um, Again, I'm not gonna go into skills because I don't want to spoil so much, but she needs amazing runes just to give you guys a heads up. Double shield runes with agility substats, right? The better the shield rune, the better she tanks. But she's gonna need amazing runes, okay, to be amazing. I'm not gonna go too in depth because I myself have not really gone in depth into reading her skills. But what I can tell you is she's a very good defender, alright? Future unit, let's talk about that in another video. Number 6 is Reckless. Reckless is used a lot just because of a taunt. Okay, if you watch my previous video where I talk about how to counter Reckless, there is a way to deal with her. Alright, she's very good for defending teams because the buff, the taunt on her is up without you doing anything. So as a defending team, you don't get your turn early, right? So having the taunt early will help your defending rate of winning because the opponent DPS will hit her instead of your DPS line. So that's why Reckless is useful, okay? But if you use the strat that I taught you guys in the previous video, she is non-existent, right? She doesn't matter at all. Xia went down. It's not that she's bad, she's decent in arena, but her main use is for clearing campaign, evil castle, and all the PvE stuff, alright? Her main use is that. You can use her for raids as well. You need a plus 10 Seer for hard Patan raids. Seer is used in so many places that she is very good as a unit because she is useful. Okay, she drops because, you know, better units come, the older ones drop as well. Gran, let's not talk about that because that is really too far away back in history. Astrid. Astrid has had interesting buffs to her, alright? And she gets plus 15 as well. So she is pretty interesting as a unit, but she is difficult to get because you need a Sarah, the Malech unit, to create her. She's interesting, alright? Interesting to use. That's why she's 9th now. And you see the rate of Arcan usage, it's 1.6%. Why? Main reason is Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina destroys him. Okay? So that's why he is decent for Guild Wars. Same like Lilian, same logic, but he's just not used in arena anymore. Alright? Warriors. Number 1, as I said just now, Wilhelmina. Why? Because she deals with roadblocks and tanks and Lucius. So she is number 1. By now everyone knows how good she is. Number 2, Anastasia. Anastasia is a unit that should have been out by now, but she's been delayed for God knows why. She is very, very good because she has stats immunity, stats weakening immunity. She has very good damage. Um, why is she used a lot? Because her AoE is amazing. It's a skip cross tile, as you can see from the picture right there. Skip cross tile in Brown Dust is amazing. Alright, the AoE is so good because it restricts people's ways of setting up their formation, that they can't set it in ways that Anastasia will destroy them. Okay, so her AoE alone is her biggest selling point. Other than that, her damage is very, very good. You need to use double rage runes on her. So start farming those rage runes if you plan on getting Anastasia. She is going to be a very good unit for you. Alright, very useful for campaign as well. A lot of damage. Number 3, Valja. Valja, I have a soft spot for her, or I gotta admit. She is still very, very nice to use because she hits tiles that no other unit does, alright? She hits Viola style tiles from the back. Very good damage, doesn't die to bombs, doesn't die to skeletons from Beliath. That's why she's really good, okay? If you have her, I would recommend scaling her up a little bit, maybe until +2 to get the extra additional damage. You can go higher if you really like using her. She's gonna be very useful for you, alright? For Guild War, especially, because you can actually kill off the back row immediately. It's amazing. Eden. Eden is 4th. Why is Eden 4th? Because Korea is an old server. It's about 2 years old. And Eden in Korea, if you've been playing for 2 years, the number of people that have Eden increases, right? This is logic. And Eden is still going to be useful because the damage he does is still the highest in the game. And he hits 2 tiles. So Eden damage will always be up there. He does falter to Edwin, Charm Stigma, and certain other things like bombs and skeletons. But his damage is there, and he's probably one of the few units that can kill Mammonia +10. Maybe with one buff, a Vanaka buff, or maybe without a buff. Probably. Alright. Foxy is dropped. Why is Foxy dropped? Because Cecilia has been buffed and Rudia exists. Okay? Mainly these 2 units. So she can't kill them. It's impossible for her to kill them. There's no way. That's why her usage has dropped. And these 2 defenders have become very prevalent in top tier arena in Korea. So I will show some lineups later, some formations, what they do. I'm gonna explain further into that as well. Alec. Alec is used quite a bit because he has pretty nice damage at high skill ups, alright? Um, Alec cannot kill Cecilia. Alec cannot kill Rudia at +15. There's no way. I mean, Cecilia at +15. He doesn't have enough damage unless you really pump a lot of buffs into him. Because he's fixed damage, I don't think he can kill Cecilia. Jin is always going to be useful because he provides you something different as a warrior. He retaliates, right? And that's about the main selling point about Jin. Barbara use rate has increased because of her +15. 4 tiles, amazing AoE, kills off units with counter skills. So that's quite a bit of units actually. Literally, Cecilia will insta die there. Um, Levia, Edwin, so and so forth, like the most used units. Alright, she can insta kill them with a couple of buffs. Very, very good. Cito is a niche unit, not that meta. I don't suggest you get Cito because he has users, alright, but the investment you need to put in him to get those users working well is not worth it, alright. Hanya as well, niche unit, 3 tiles from the back at +10, +9. Niche unit, right? Okay, let's look at some formations. Alright, I got a few pictures for you guys to see. Okay, so we have Mikaela. Mikaela is the girl on the top left. This support right here. Alright. Mikaela, Ceres, Barbara, Foxy, Levia, Valja, alright. And then there's Rudia and Cecilia. So as you can see, this is a typical formation with a triple roadblock. Not exactly a roadblock, but really tanky units, alright? They take damage, but not a lot of damage. So these two new defenders, no, I'm not gonna say new, probably enhanced defenders, Rudia and Cecilia, have become very mainstream. So you can look forward to these units in the future because they are gonna be your bread and butter tanks. Um, Cecilia will be quite painful to get to plus 15 in my opinion, if you're not aware. But they are gonna be meta guys. Alright? As you can see, Walia is used, Mikaela is used a lot. Rudia, the same three tanks. It's always the same three. Or just two of them. I can go further down. Same. It's always these two, these three. Alright? Uh the one at the bottom is using Astrid though, so it's pretty interesting usage. Um okay, the top one, Anastasia, Wilhelmina, Eden, Asmod, and Levia. I expect these to be highly skilled because this guy is after all third, right? These units are going to last you a long time, so you can focus on these. They will work well for you for the next 3 or 4 months. All right. Further down, Anastasia, Valja, as I said before, very useful units. Hanya is a matter of preference. Asmod. Okay, so the thing with Asmod is, okay, notice the number 2 picture there, right? The middle one. Valfern is placed in front. Why is Valfern in front? It's mainly to deal with Asmodes. Okay? So with a Valfern in front and a huge energy shield, Asmode cannot kill Valfern. So the value in my mind, this is my opinion, of scaling up Asmode is not that high. Alright? Because too many units are out there that can deal with Asmode just by having him right in front. So I wouldn't suggest scaling up Asmode. He is very, very good. Okay, don't get me wrong. He is a very, very good unit and a very interesting unit to use. But if you have other legend units to use legend books on, I would go for those first. Okay? He is really good. It's just that too many units are gonna be a problem for him. Alright, and he doesn't kill enough things that are important to kill. Okay? Let's go on. Next picture. As you can see again, same few units, it's always the same. Wilhelmina, Anastasia, Levia, Velfan. The three tanks, as I said before, Cecilia, Rudia, and Walia, and Mikaela. I'm gonna repeat these few names over and over again because these are gonna be a future meta, guys. Alright, so keep going. Same few warriors, same few units. Eden usage has dropped because he dies, right? He dies. He's kind of fragile. But his users are still amazing, right? He still kills Mammonia plus 10. That's the biggest selling point for me. Mikaela is used so much. I can't believe it though. Everybody has Mikaela plus 15 in the top 10. Wow. And Mammonia, alright. Laura. Okay, finally we see a Laura. Okay, the thing with Laura is she is useful to have. She has Purify, which is a pretty nice skill to have as well. Um, but her usage is dropped because, like I said before, curse counters, right? Now buffs and all that. So she is still decent, but her buffs can be removed. Same like Warrior. Warrior buffs can be removed as well. So her usage has dropped from before, where the Warrior Laura combo was so good, because of the recent buffs and all that. She's still good, don't get me wrong. She will do a job for you. Okay, if you have her and you don't have another support to skill up, go for her. Pretty decent still. Okay, but not worth losing sleep over, alright? Laura is still good. Mainly the top tier units that everyone tells you, they're all going to be top tier for a while, especially Anastasia, which hasn't come out yet, which I'm quite angry about. I really want Anastasia because I think she's really, really strong. Like, and she shoots cakes, man. So Anastasia will be probably your next big summon, alright, in global. If you don't know who Anastasia is, this is Anastasia. Let me give you a picture. Lolly Cake Girl. Alright. I'm gonna end the video with a short intro of Anastasia and her skills. If you watch my stream, you've seen this picture before. And if you want to know where I get all these screenshots from, it's from Kami Game. Credit to them. They have the info on their site. Go check them out. It's kamigame.jp. Shout out to them. Anyway, okay, Anastasia has amazing damage. She does double the additional damage on warriors and support. Extreme Anger is a permanent skill before start of battle. The amount of critical damage she has increases critical rate, and then it also increases attack power. So she's a very painful warrior, alright? She's gonna hurt. And she has stats weakening immunity, which is very, very important right now in Arena, alright? So you wanna go for her. If you have Wilhelmina, Anastasia, amazing combo together because one's skip, one is front. You decimate a whole line very quickly. Alright guys, I think I can end the video now. I hope this video has helped you look into the future a little bit better. Okay. Personally, I am going to be skilling up Valja with my legend books next month. I'm not going to go Vals mode because I think the value of what I'm getting from the legend books I'm putting in them will be better for me to put in Valja instead. Like I could go Valja or Valfern or Asmode, right? But personally, I'm not a big fan of high skill up Valfern because I already have a plus 10 Levia, so to each his own. Whatever your choice is, Valfern plus 10 is still really good, very tanky, turnaround potential super high. But my opinion is I want someone that can kill stuff every round. So I'm going for Valja instead. Um, I might actually ditch Valfern and then maybe skill transfer his skill points. Maybe. Or I'll just keep it just to deal with UA. If you have a high skill up Valfern, he's gonna be amazing in UA, alright? He becomes the biggest problem on the field. Like, if you see a plus 10 Valfern on your opponent, you'll be like, okay, how am I gonna deal with this nonsense? How am I gonna kill this guy? Because he's gonna destroy my team. So a plus 10 Valfern is gonna help you do well in underground arena tournaments. But personal preference, uh, I like Valja's um, fashion choices, clothing choices. So I'm gonna go for her, probably. Alright, the next month is not here yet, but I will most probably skill her up. Okay? Otherwise, I will probably go for Anastasia, because I don't know, I just like her skill set, man. So I'm gonna push her and encourage you guys to get her instead. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up with a comment and come watch my stream if you're free when I'm streaming. You can come to my Discord, the stream Discord. Lots of guys are talking there. Sometimes, you know, they ask questions and stuff. And I post juicy things there sometimes too. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, man. Ciao.